When you live in an active household with a bunch of beautiful children like I do, you're going to end up with a few broken lamps and lampshades. So don't buy a new lamp, just try to fix this one. I'll show you how. All right, I got this phenolic socket with shade ring at Menards. You can probably find something similar at other stores or your local hardware store. I'm basically just going to follow the instructions on the back of the package here. Step 1, disconnect lamp from power source. Step 1 complete. Let's keep going. Kind of feel like I'm looking down the barrel of a loaded weapon here, but when you go to take the socket out, you might find that the wire is a little tight, and that makes things difficult. So you're going to need to turn the lamp around and feed some wire through the bottom. Looking at the bottom of the lamp here, what you're going to want to do is just feed a little bit of cord like so, and then push that up. That just creates enough slack so that you can get the socket out where it needs to be. Now that we've got plenty of slack and cord, we can unscrew this part from the end of the lamp. Just pull that out, and then we're going to disconnect the wires and get the new socket installed. Okay, when you take this new socket out of the package, order of operations is important. So unscrew this top ring and set it aside. That is used to hold on the lampshade. And unscrew this top part here and set it aside. And then you pull that out. And this is the base piece. And you want that to go on first. So you want to feed the wires through the base piece. They go out the top. And I had to learn how to do an underwriter's knot. And that's a special knot that is used for electrical wiring to take the stress off of the connection points. So you can look up tutorials on how to do it, but you basically do one loop like this in the front and another loop like that in the back, and the wire that was on the front loop, you go back through that loop, and the wire that was on the back loop, you take that and put it through the other loop. You basically end up with a little pretzel shaped piece like that, and you pull that tight, and that will keep the wires from pulling out the bottom of the lamp. Okay, the instructions say that the neutral wire has to be screwed into the silver terminal there, and the hot wire has to be screwed into the brass terminal, which is there. So how do you tell the difference between what is the neutral and what is the hot wire? And they say it in the instructions, but you look for the ribbed wire, and that is the neutral wire. So one wire side will be smooth, and that's the hot side. And if you can kind of see, maybe there's little ridges, and that is the neutral wire. So that one goes on the silver, and the smooth one goes on the brass. Now that we got the wires connected here, we'll feed it all through and kind of tighten in here. Now, in order to screw it into place, you're going to need to unscrew the knob like that, and you're going to need to pull the extra wire back through the bottom of the lamp before you can get this seated into place. So just gently tug the wire back through the bottom until it's somewhat tight, and then take the slack out And I wanted to show you another trick of how to tell which one is the neutral wire. In North America anyway, the neutral wire has the wider spade plug, and so that's the neutral wire, and you can trace that in and then see which wire is connected to the neutral one. And that's the one with the ribs on it. Sometimes it's got a mark or something else that distinguishes it. That's another way that you can tell. Now that most of the slack is taken out of the wire, you can take the base of the socket and line it up with the top of the lamp, and there are screw threads on there. You can just screw that in until the slot for the knob lines up with the hole in the side here, and then you just seat that in place and take the knob and tighten that back in, and that will keep it all lined up from here on out. Then take the top part of the socket that you removed before. Now you can screw that into place. Now you can add the lampshade and the ring on top of it. Alright, now for the finishing touches, I got this new lampshade also at Menards because the other one got totally smashed. And you can just set that on the top of the lamp, and the little bit of socket sticks out there, and you put the retaining ring like so. I've got the light bulb screwed in, and now we can plug it back in and see first light. Ah, there's a bright idea. Nice fixed lamp.